Hamster in the haunted dollhouse, deep in a cozy suburban home, tucked beneath a winding staircase, sat an antique dollhouse, a miniature Victorian mansion built with love and a secret. The dollhouse had belonged to Lila, a young girl with vivid dreams, until her family moved away and left it behind. Over time, dust gathered, tiny dancers froze in place. Little teacups lost their shine, but one night something stirred, and something, or someone, ventured into to meet Max, a plucky orangey white hamster with big curious eyes, and even bigger courage. Max lived in a comfy cage near the dollhouse. Every afternoon, after nibbling sunflower seeds, he'd scamper over to the old toy with a first soft whisper. "What's inside, I wonder?" He'd listen at the tiny windows. He'd sniff at the door, but until now, he had never entered. That night, the wind rattled the dollhouse shutters. A chill swept through the room. Max's whiskers twitched. He climbed out of his cage, scurried across the floor, and nudged open the tiniest dollhouse door. He stepped inside. First, there was silence, then a distant creak. Suddenly, cards flip on. A dollhouse piano. A porcelain doll's head turned slowly. Tiny lights flickered downstairs. Max froze, then he whispered to himself, "Okay, let's see what's going on." Room by room, Max explored in the parlor. A doll in a lace dress sat rocking back and forth, with no visible wind in the ballroom. Music notes floated up a spiral staircase, as though played by ghostly fingers in the kitchen. A tiny tea kettle whistled, but the dollhouse chefs were nowhere to be found. Max's heart pounded, and yet he moved forward. He found a staircase leading downward. Would a hamster built for wood chips really enter darkness below? He did. Tunnels of dusty transoms led him deeper, until he found something astonishing. A secret basement filled with miniature portraits and handwritten letters tucked behind them. One letter, yellowed and faded, had a name. Annabelle. The doll in the parlor. It read, "My dearest Annabelle, every night I play your music until I fall asleep. Please remain with me. Love, Eleanor." Max squeaked at the name. "Annabelle, what happened to you?" Suddenly, a cold breeze swept through the dollhouse. Candles flickered on the walls. Annabelle's head turned toward Max. Their porcelain eyes met. He froze, then she whispered, not like a doll, but like a friend. "I was lonely." Max's heart nearly stopped. He squeaked softly, "I'm here now." A bond formed. Annabelle, with her silent story, and Max, with his tiny heartbeat. She showed him the hidden garden painted on the back wallow's dreams and memories. He showed her the fun of sunflower seeds and quick wheel races. They spoke in whispers, in squeaks, in gentle understanding. But then shadows returned. The dollhouse began to shake. A wind rushed through the attic. A dark presence awakened. It swept through the corridors, a presence hungry for attention. It was the watcher, a being of no name who fed on loneliness. It flickered candle flames. It warped the furniture. It whispered, "Leave or stay, but pay the price." Max realized this place was haunted, not by ghosts but emotion. Annabelle's sadness had summoned something else, and it would only relent if they banished it. But how does a hamster and a doll fight an emotion? They formed a plan. Max would run search the attic for the old music box Eleanor used to wind. Annabelle would stay below and hold back the shadows with her song. They had one night and one chance. Up in the attic, Max found the music box buried under old fabrics. It had once played a soft lullaby for Eleanor. He wound it gently. The melody began. It tinkled through the halls downstairs. Annabelle sang a voice like a breeze through lace. The watcher recalled. It shrieked. Curtains blew. Shadows twisted. But the lullaby grew louder. Hope and friendship played in harmony. And as the final note rang, a soft sigh echoed. The shadows dissolved. The candle steadied. The dollhouse felt warm again. Silence returned. But this time, it was peaceful. Annabelle glowed faintly with porcelain warmth. She thanked Max with a small bow. Max scurried to her. Gently nuzzling her hand-shaped porcelain paw, dawn crept in. Sunlight peeked through the attic window. The dollhouse lights warmed. Max realized he needed to go home before anyone noticed his absence. He hugged Annabelle one last time, whispered, "You're not alone." She smiled with her painted lips, and then Max slipped back out into the morning tea breakfast. Lily, Max's human, found him outside his cage, nibbling confidently. She never saw what he'd done, but sometimes she'd notice the dollhouse, its windows, clear, its lights calm, and she'd smile at Max and say, "You've got a brave heart, little guy." Max returned night after night, but never again alone. Annabelle's whisper followed him. The Dollhousians, a place of sorrow, had become a home of friendship, and sometimes, when the moon was just right, Lily thought she heard a distant music box, a tiny squeak, and a soft, comforting feeling that no one human or toy is ever truly alone. Now, dear viewer, if you listened this far, I need you. Please, like if Max and Annabelle's story touched something in you, share this video with someone who needs to know friendship can conquer any darkness. Subscribe to the Hamster's Journey for more magical tales of courage from the littlest heroes. Comment below and tell me, have you ever found friendship in the most unexpected place? Because sometimes the scariest places hold the greatest light.